Welcome back. I first met our next speaker back in May, and he told me how he lives life and experiences travel through sound and music. So here to talk to us about another way, a very interesting way, of experimenting with storytelling and content with the sound of travel, please welcome Martin Reiher, Managing Director, Asia Pacific, Meesta Production.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to be here today, a little bit nervous too. My name is Martin. I'm from Berlin, Germany, and I would like to talk to you about the power of storytelling in today's business world. Now, it's no secret that stories have been an essential part in our day-to-day lives of communications. It's the human element in a very tech-driven and tech-dominated world. And when done well, storytelling can help growing a business. It's what a robust marketing strategy is made of. And ultimately, it's storytelling that can turn a hotel from a building with a bunch of beds into a memorable and personal experience. And in the long run, it's storytelling that turns a brand into a legacy. Now, I personally believe that every story that you can think of, everything that you have experienced, is worth pure gold. That means your story is relevant, it's exciting, it's valuable, and most importantly, it's worth sharing. If you can find a compelling point of view to tell that story. That's what it's about. It's about a point of view. Because stories are such a universal. They're about love, about challenge, about accomplishment. All these things are generic. What's different and what makes the difference is your point of view. It's the unique perspective that you bring in. That's what adds the value. And now, long before I've been involving myself in visual storytelling or filmmaking, I've been a music producer and sound designer. And during the 6 years I worked with Red Bull, I was once asked to develop a concept which would make use of the endless amount of video footage that Red Bull have stored in their archive. And that's a lot. So for me, that meant going through hundreds and hundreds of video clips and trying to find a way to piece them together in a new and interesting way. And that's extremely difficult to do. And the problem is, I am an overthinker. So every idea that I come up with in the process, I hate. I feel extremely frustrated in this process, and that's just part of the creative process, but there's a lot of frustration to go through. And one of those days, I just decided to switch off, try something different, forget about it. So I went for a run and tried to restart my mind. And while I was running, something really interesting happened. I suddenly noticed how my footsteps were synchronized with my heartbeat, with my breath, and even the environment that was passing by while I was running. Almost as if my mind was trying to match every element around me to the beat that I was running to. And in my head, that created music. Let's park that for a moment because I don't want to talk to you about past projects. Instead, I would like to show you how this links back to why we're here today. Let's talk about travel. Let's talk about hospitality. But most importantly, let's talk about journeys. Let's talk about lifestyle, experience, aspiration. Those are the stories that you create every single day. Think about it. Every single day you write and inspire stories about these things: travel, lifestyle, and experience. That's super powerful. If you were selling a product like paper towels, for instance, it would be incredibly hard to get your customers emotionally involved about that product. But travel, it's easy. Allow me to take you on a little journey here. Let's assume you have this amazing hotel, and you worked with a great designer who cost a fortune, but she just makes the whole place look wonderful. Everything is beautiful. The color scheme reflects your brand identity. It's warm, it's inviting, it's elegant, it's stylish. You even thought about the smell in every room. Or let's assume you have this amazing hotel and you had a vision in mind that's bigger than yourself. You take great care in being environmental friendly and using renewable sources and making sure that nothing goes to waste, because that's what you believe in to move towards a green future. Or let's assume you have this amazing hotel and you're located right in the city center and you have this concept that's all about open space. You create little niches and pockets and corners with armchairs and comfortable couches and dimmable light. And business travelers love coming together to share ideas, to get inspired, because you provide this beautiful atmosphere for them. All of that, all of the things that I just described, make a personality. It's these things that take a lot of thought, time, and money to build and maintain. And every little aspect, every element is an expression of this personality that differentiates you from anybody else. That's the story. That's what's relevant. It's the things that you take great care of, what other people care about. Let me just say that again. It's the things that you take care of is what other people care about. And why don't we start right there? Why don't we use all that material and create content from it? But not in the form of product advertisement like we've done in the past, talking about benefits here and there. Times are too evolved for that. And people like me, millennials, we don't want to be informed. We want to be inspired. We don't travel. We go on a journey. We don't buy products. We own experiences. Let me ask you, how many of you in this room have used sound as a subject to promote your brand? How many of you have used sound as a way to tell a story, to build a campaign? This could be creating a sound jingle or something like that. Okay? Allow me to share you my perspective, my point of view on experiencing the beauty and the uniqueness of a hotel. The Alma Hotel in Barcelona is a boutique hotel which I turned into a music instrument, very much like I did with the archive of Red Bull. Only this time my source material was furniture and the atmosphere of a place that I stayed in for a few days. Now this film is part of a concept for a series which we call Sound Travels. And in Sound Travels, every sound recorded stems from the hotel itself. Nothing has been added except for know-how and technology. Let's please watch it.
There is this wonderful relationship between traveling and music. When you think of the hotel as a soundtrack, everyone will instantly notice the big and high walls of the lobby, which create this wonderful ambience. The garden of the Alma Hotel is a really nice place to just lean back, relax, and take in the atmosphere.
Hola.
And even the refreshing sound of a gin and tonic could be an element in the music track. Everything can be seen as a musical instrument, if you choose to look at things that way. What matters is the quality in every aspect. The materials, the design, the shapes.
Okay.
Ultimately, it's about finding sounds that could resemble real instruments.
And I thought that might be a good snare drum.
And the sounds that stand out the most will end up in the music track.
Check out those light switches. Whether you're trying to attract, thank you. Whether you're trying to attract new audiences or engage with current ones, compelling and personal storytelling is the way to go. And this goes way beyond videography or photography or blog posts or social media. Those elements are absolutely essential. They're fundamental. And even if not everybody likes what you do or agrees with your point of view, at least you have a point of view. And that's what attracts people. And maybe it's this kind of content that gets someone to investigate further into your particular story. Maybe it makes them aware of something that they've never thought about before. And maybe it's this kind of content that gets people emotionally involved with your brand. Someone once said that the world is shaped by two things: the stories told and the memories they leave behind. We have a strong team at Meesta Production, and we would love to hear your story and help to inspire your audiences. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin.